My eye keeps twitching. I need to watch my own video on how to manage stress. Alright, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a story for you guys. Just the other day, I don't even know how to start this story. I never thought this would have happened to me. I am a senior at UCF and I never miss assignments and I have fairly good grades. I don't know how to say this. Basically, this past week has been so incredibly busy, the past 2 weeks actually. If you watch my vlog, I'll link it in the description box down below. That was about last week, and I literally had some sort of event or party every single day, and somehow also had a final almost every other day. And I was for sure that I had this one final on Monday. Christmas at our church coming up on Sunday, and then Friday night I have something, and then Saturday I'm gone, and then Monday I have a final to take. But we had church in the morning, and it went till early afternoonish, whatever, and then I just stayed at the church until 4 whenever we had dress rehearsal for the festival of Christmas. And then I was there and I didn't get home till 10:30 p.m. So I was gone from my house from 6:45 a.m. to 10:30, almost 11ish on Sunday. And so I'd studied over the weekend for this exam because it's a 2-part exam. The way he does it is that there's 2 tests technically for each unit, where one is an essay exam and the other one is a multiple choice exam, but it all covers the same thing. So the final was like that as well. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. So I had studied all weekend, I was busy Sunday, and I was ready to go take it Monday. Monday I sat down, I just studied all morning, took a little bit of a break during the afternoon, and I came back to it. And this has never happened before. I'm surprised I'm not crying because I was crying so much the other day. But I went to go open my exam, the first one, and it wouldn't let me open it because it said closed. Because apparently it was due Sunday and not Monday. Not only was that one due Sunday, but my other final was due Sunday, and I missed 2 finals. I can't even begin to tell you how much I started sweating. I literally just was shock. So I emailed the professor, honestly just apologizing. Well, first I went through his syllabus and it said there's no makeups for the exam. I usually open the exams for 2 weeks online. So if you decide to take it the last day and it's late because of technical problems or other stuff, that's not a valid excuse unless it's a medical emergency. And that made sense. It was literally just my bad. I just forgot. So I knew I couldn't ask him to retake the final. So in my mind, I just was I at least want to apologize. So I sent him this email apologizing and just saying I must have just gotten the dates mixed up. I want to be respectful of your class. I really enjoyed this class because it was honestly my favorite class I took this semester, and I was devastated that I missed the final. So I sent that email, and right after I hit send, I thought it was fine, and I just broke down crying. I could not stop crying. I have worked so hard this semester. It has probably been the hardest semester of my entire college experience, and it was just over. That was my last thing I had to take. The semester was over, but I was so upset because I didn't even get to finish it. It was done, but I didn't actually get to finish it to make it done. It was just ended. And I was upset. I was so distraught. And so I went into my parents' bathroom where my mom was, and I just started bawling to her. And she eventually was just you need to email the professor and ask him if you should take the exam. And I started freaking out because I was I already emailed him and I didn't ask him that because I didn't want to be rude. So then I went back about 30 minutes later, still crying, and while crying, typed up another email being I don't want to be that student, and I know it was my bad, but if there's any way I can take the final again, I would so appreciate it. I am fully prepared to take the final. I've studied all weekend for it. I have no idea how I got the dates mixed up, but I've never missed an assignment, much less an exam, and I totally respect your answer if you say no because that's your policy, but if there's any way. So I sent that. I cried a little bit more, and then the whole rest of the day, it was just off and on crying and being fine. So I came into my room, I literally sat on my floor for 2 hours just on my phone because I had nothing to do. There's nothing to study for. There's nothing I needed to accomplish. I just was sitting there numb, bruh. And then my sister came in, and she didn't know, because she was downstairs, she didn't know what had happened. And as soon as she was like, "Are you good?" And I was like, "No." So then I started crying again even more, and it was just like this up and down cycle of being fine and then not. So then I was hanging out with Raya for a while, and I was fine, but my older sister Rayleigh's out of town. And I texted her and I was like, "I'm sad." So she called me after she got home from her little convention thing or whatever she's at. And I just started bawling again to her because I was like, I don't know what to do. It's like almost midnight and I don't know, I'm not even ready for bed. I've just sat around. And I've never would have thought this would have ever happened to me in my entire college experience. Like, I missed 2 finals. Yeah, so that was crazy. So then she just was like able to speak truth into me and say like, at least you still passed the class. Because it brought my grade down from like a high A to a low C. And I was like, but at least I passed the class, so that was a plus. I was just really just disappointed because I just wanted to finish the class and I was ready to take the exam. And then I was sitting on the bed with Raya, and while I'm just sitting there talking to her, I get an email from my professor at like midnight, and he was like, "I usually don't go against our policy, but because of the situation and your former grade in the class that you had and how you performed in all the other assignments, I'm going to allow you to take the final again." I wanted to freak out right now and run to his house wherever he is and just hug him because I was like, "Thank you." He did say he would have to add a penalty to it because it was late, and I was like, I don't care. Anything's better than a 0. I will take it. Thank you so much. And that was just God's grace. It was a rough time, honestly, trying to take control of my thoughts and not let my thoughts run rampant, because I would find myself just anytime I actually thought about the situation, just immediately starting to cry and freak out and go into feelings of anxiety. The only way I was able to not cry was if I just numbed out and didn't think about it. And that's not really healthy. I should be able to learn how to reframe the concept in my mind to be able to not let it cause that much emotional upsetness within me. I should be able to do that. So that was honestly like a spirit check of how I was doing spiritually, that I was really not relying on God to help take control of my thoughts and know that my worth is not in my grades. Like, I knew that my worth was not in my grades. It was almost just like this defeat of like, I have worked so hard this semester and I'm so emotionally drained, and this is just like the icing on the cake of like the worst thing that could have happened. So I feel like that's what really like nosedived the plane. But yeah, I just kind of was able to sit there and be just so thankful for God's grace in allowing him, my professor, to show favor upon me. To like, it's an online class, so he doesn't know me. There's no like rapport that I could have built to be like, I'm a good student. All he had was just like, she submitted this assignment. So the fact that he still said yes was just so amazing. Oh, it was just an incredible relief. But I don't know what I would have done. I'm sure I would just get over it. But if he wouldn't have let me take the final exam, because yesterday I ended up going and doing a makeup trial for a wedding that I have this weekend, and I came back and I took both exams, and I was like, but I was like wondering to myself, like, God, like, would I still feel this content if the answer was no, if I wasn't able to take the final? Like, am I just feeling content because you answered my prayer and let me be able to take this final to finish something out? Or would I have been able to find contentment in you despite my situations if he would have said no? And so that was also a heart check to be like, all right, we got to work on that. So yeah, that's how my week's been. That's my story. And it's only Tuesday. Actually, it's Wednesday. I don't know anything after this point. So that is my story about how I absolutely freaked out because a college student's worst nightmare happened to me, where it wasn't just one final that I missed, but 2 finals. Thank you guys for listening to my story. Hopefully you guys, if you're in college or finals week, or you're just in high school or something and maybe finishing up for the semester before the holiday season, I hope you guys are able to find contentment and know that your worth is not in your grades and how much you accomplish, but that God loves you despite those things. He likes hard work. He likes to see diligence, but our worth is not based in that. So yeah, really surprised I didn't cry in that video, because every time I seem to talk about it, I start crying. But anyways, Thank you guys for watching this video. Do not forget to like and subscribe down below. And I will see you guys next week for my next video, where it will not be a story about me absolutely failing at college. My eye's switching again.